What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we are going to be jumping into Marvel's free comic book day. We would have gotten to this sooner, but Marvel, they got a problem with releasing the digital comics on free comic book day. I don't know what it is, but every single year, Marvel Comics is always delayed on getting the digital content for free comic book day up. We see that DC Comics is able to put theirs up at midnight. They waste no time getting this comic out to everybody. But Marvel Comics, they're a little slow to getting to it. But this is going to be Uncanny Avengers issue number 1. There's also a special preview of a brand new series coming by Jonathan Hickman, with this story written by Gary Dugan. The artist is Joshua Cassara. And this is really going to be the building blocks of what is going to be the fall of X. A good part of this story is taking place during the Hellfire Gala of 2023, a story that is yet to come out, but we're getting a small peep into what is about to happen not only to mutant kind, but to the world. Now, if you guys would like to check out everything that's going on with Before the Fall, I highly recommend that you check out Sons of X. We're going to be covering all of it. We're going to have playlists set up. You're not going to miss a single second of the Fall of X. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you like this video. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with a mysterious individual, never showing his face. But if I were to make an educated guess, I would say that this is Strife. It's either that or it's Major Chip Hazard from Small Soldiers. Death to the Gorgonites and all that good stuff. But we have this mysterious individual that is sneaking his way into the Treehouse. He is doing this at the exact time that the Hellfire Gala of 2023 is kicking off. While this individual sneaks around in the shadows, that's where Destiny comes into play. In the midst of the festivities, she recognizes that something is wrong. A soldier returned to the field of battle, and now this has complicated matters much more than before. Asking where Rogue is, Mystique says that she flew off at Mach 3 just a couple minutes ago. And so Destiny grabbing Mystique, saying that they have to leave and they have to leave now. That there is no time to wait for Rogue. That she will find them eventually. She will find them when the time is right. As we pick up with this soldier, this mysterious individual breaking into everything. This soldier has found his way to the suit of Captain Krakoa. Now you guys know this suit because Cyclops had wore it. When he was perceived dead by the world, he had to hide his identity. And so, he became Captain Krakoa. But ever since Mutant Resurrection was told to the world, Cyclops no longer having to hide the fact that he is alive, the Captain Krakoa suit, it has been put to the side. But today, this soldier comes here with a syringe filled from Orcus. Not sure what this does or what it is supposed to do. He takes that syringe and he puts it into the suit. And this is where our boy Cyclops shows up, letting this guy know to stop whatever it is he's doing now before he has to kick his butt. This soldier wastes no time going in on Cyclops. The two of them beginning to battle, with Cyclops asking who this guy is, his face seeming to always stay in the shadows. He says that he is just a man, with Cyclops hitting this guy with the beam, telling him to stay down. He calls up Forge and says that the treehouse looks like it's been poisoned. The place is falling apart. While doing this, the individual, he hits Cyclops in the face. He smashes him down to the ground and he steals the Captain Krakoa suit, throwing this suit on while Cyclops is unconscious. He heads off to Washington, D.C. Dragging Cyclops outside, he throws him over the ledge. And that is when this new Captain Krakoa, he heads off to DC. And right now in Washington, DC, they are having a kind of committee meeting. They are discussing the future of the world, the future of Krakoa. Because Krakoa has become a superpower. Just a small group of mutants were able to terraform Mars. They have become the most powerful nation on the planet, and now they believe it is time to do something about it. That if they are allowed to continue, the United States will be knocked off its pedestal. They want to align themselves with Orcus. The anti-mutant rhetoric continuing on, this is where we have Captain Krakoa that comes into the room. We see Captain Krakoa, he takes 2 grenades, and he throws it into the building. Now for us, we know that this is all a setup. Somebody is trying to make it seem like Krakoa is attacking the US government. This will undoubtedly start a war. Meanwhile, in Brooklyn, New York, we have Captain America riding his motorcycle around, doing what Cap does best, but then he sees that his bike is off balance. In a few seconds, there is a giant explosion, with Captain America having to bail off the bike. He is on a bridge, so he jumps into the water. Once he lands in the water, he finds agents of Orchis, all of them ready to take him down. Now, Steve Rogers has been America's best soldier across the better part of 2 centuries. His success is mostly skill, a little bit of science, and good timing and luck. But everybody's luck runs out as the Orchis agents begin to attack him. They begin to stab him. It looks like this could be the end of Captain America, but that's when something pulls him to the surface. That something is Rogue. Just recently syncing with Polaris's powers, she is able to bring him up to the surface. She also brings up all of the Orchis agents, hoping to have the opportunity to interrogate them. We see that they are also suicide bombers, with Rogue throwing them back in the water as quickly as possible. They detonate themselves. And now Rogue and Captain America, they are fully beginning to understand the gravity of the situation. A terrorist attack in Washington, D.C. Orchis agents trying to assassinate Captain America. Captain America knows that they are going to need help because all of them are in a lot of trouble. This is what takes us outside of Emily Preston's house, a young mutant living inside. We have the Iron Man freaking Sentinels that have shown up. It looks like Orchis is preparing to round up mutants. And they are not asking. They are doing this by force. This story will be continued in Uncanny Avengers #1, The Hunt for Captain Krakoa. This is what picks us up with our second story, a very quick one by Jonathan Hickman. We will see more of this in the future, but this is the story that is titled Gods. We have Doctor Strange saying that he's simply too old for all of this, often worrying about the evil in this world and its ability to corrupt. But more than that, he fears the effects of this endless war between good and evil, the part that they play in it. Now, Steven has been one to always fight for the light, for causes better than him and for fate. And the man that he is talking to is Win, asking if he is good or evil. And he simply says, "Steven, my boy, who can even tell the difference anymore?" And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So when it comes to Jonathan Hickman's Gods, we're only getting a small glimpse of what is yet to come. But whatever is happening, it is huge. We can only assume that this has to do something with everything going on with Krakoa. We are seeing mutant kind ascend into godhood, as we saw with this little sneak peek of Uncanny Avengers issue #1. Even though they have their own mutant nation, even though they have an entire planet, that doesn't change the bigotry that surrounds mutant kind. Humanity is terrified. They fear what they don't understand. They fear what they cannot control. And mutant kind has far surpassed humanity. This is more than enough for them to think they need to do something about it. And while the UK has already made its moves, Orchis is now out here operating almost out in the open completely. At one point in time, they really tried to play it off like they're here to help everybody. But their anti-mutant rhetoric has continued on, and more people are biting. Even the US government has really had conversations on taking down the nation of Krakoa as a whole, after this most recent attack by Captain Krakoa, which I believe to be Strife. But there's a possibility that it could be anybody. This is only going to escalate the situation. All-out war with Krakoa seems inevitable. Lucky for Krakoa, they have Captain America and the Avengers on their side. But is that going to be enough to stop the world governments from taking down the mutant nation of Krakoa? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this story. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but it also gives you tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.